Okay, we're just waiting on people to come in. Oh, we got somebody. Oh, wait, you got us on your team. Oh, there's King Taco. Hey, Taco, how are you today?
Hi, everybody.
Come in. Oh, you got me and Joe. Joe is have at it. And Joe, I got an echo.
You shouldn't now.
There's an echo somewhere on your side.
On my side, okay. How about now?
Let's
echo
see.
Now?
I'm checking. Nope.
See, I have no sound. I can't hear you at all.
Ew.
On my end. You can hear me okay? So, I don't know. I hope we got the echo thing taken care of. But I can't hear Brenda. No sound at all, dear. Let me see if I can.
Can you hear me now?
Very low, very low.
Okay, let me turn my volume up.
Yeah.
That's bandwidth. Where do I adjust the volume?
So.
I played with this the other day and I found all this stuff.
And the only place I have chat is on my phone. So that's fine.
Yeah, I'm looking for how to adjust my volume.
How are you today, King Taco?
Can everybody hear me? And can everybody also hear Joe? Can you hear both of us?
I know there's still part of a lag.
Oh, there's a huge lag. Okay, good. And I got my volume turned up. Hi, Sherry. How are you? Hi, Clara.
So our volume's okay. Everybody can hear us okay.
Right.
All right, then. How's everybody doing?
And we got Misty. I think that's Misty.
See, I'm not showing. Let me redo this on my phone because for some reason chat is not moving.
So you can hear me, Sherry, but you can't hear Joe?
Huh. Sherry, you can't hear me at all? We're doing well, Sherry. Was very excited to come on with Brenda.
Okay, so she says she can hear me, but not you.
Cannot hear me. What about now?
I'll have to wait on the lag.
Yeah.
Oh, she hears us both now. Okay, good. Thank you, Sherry.
Oh, yay. Okay.
Kind of iron things out and figure this all out.
Oh, coffee time, y'all. Gotta have my coffee.
And I have another question because I don't want y'all to be watching me craft blurry. Does this look blurry to you or does it look clear?
Hey, Clara. How are you, honey?
Okay, good. Thank you. And Misty, that's you, right?
I'm not showing Misty for some reason.
I have a stamp in play, and I think that's Misty.
Oh, okay. That might be. Okay.
That's what I'm checking on. I think it's Misty, but I could be wrong. It won't be the first time.
Oh well. I was so excited
Tiara.
to do this.
Okay, I'm sorry. That's Tiara, not Misty. Thank you.
Hi, Tiara.
Hi, and welcome. So what we're making today is a pocket ephemera book. And Joe's also going to be making it along with me. The last video had the materials that you needed to make the book along. It's going to be probably a 3-part series, and my doggies are going to start. Probably going to be like a 3-part series. Today we're going to mainly work on getting our pages made and pages put in to see where we are. Because I don't want anybody to get overwhelmed with, oh my gosh. So, is everybody ready?
All right.
And Joe, I'm going to switch over to you for a second so I can see what you're doing.
All right, y'all. What I did is when Brenda asked me to come on and do this project with her, I went ahead and I had a digital download kit that I had bought called Dragonfly Dreams. I believe it was Artie Mays. And I took 3 sheets of my 110-pound cardstock and ran them through my printer front and back and decided, you know, what I wanted on my book. And then today I took and I spray sealed them first with some Mod Podge Mate. And then I came back in and I went over each side a couple of times with the deco page because I wanted them to have that leathery feeling. And that's what I've done so far. I'm waiting on Brenda for instructions for the rest of it. Like I said, I was very excited to come on and do this with her. I thought her idea for a little book to keep all your stuff in for, even though I do albums and journals, it'll be nice to have what I did on a specific album kind of all together. And my middle is going to have a plain journal place. So if I want to go back and make that little album journal again, I have notes of what I've done where and what I've used and everything. So.
Okay, now we're gonna come back on. So this is my prototype one that I made. And
it took her 8 hours one day, guys, while we were chatting.
And it's got pockets in it. Some ephemera's already in here. This is pockets. This is little places to hang all of your little ephemera dangly things that you might use in your book. A place to store, like if you're gonna, especially like if you're gonna do what Joe did and you want to make it again, you could store like a strip of ribbon in here or whatever. I have a belly band that's got some little sewn ribbon edges and stuff in it already. Another belly band in the next page. It's got some pockets with cards and some little paper clip things I made on another belly band. So it's just a place to store ephemera as you're making it. Even if you make a bunch of blank ephemera that you just want to pull from when you're making journals, this is a good place to store all that. So that's what we're going to do today, or start today. So I have napkins, but we're not going to start with napkins, of course. I just put these here so the camera would have something besides white paper to focus on. The deco page that she was using is made by, Joe, if you'll hold it up, I'm going to switch back to, it's made by Deco Art. Joe, we're back on you again.
Okay, I already messaged. Yeah, it's made by Deco Art, Americana. And a bottle like this, I used my 40 off coupon. So it was around $6, but it'll probably last a long time. And it says that it's low odor, non-tacky, water-based, permanent, fast drying, soap water cleanup. So I thought I would try it and see how it would do, if it would give me a more durable finish. So we can go back to Brenda now.
Okay, thanks, Joe. If I can quit making the thing go crazy. Okay, we're on me. Okay, so what I'm going to go step by step. If I go too fast and you're wanting to craft along, let me know and I will slow down. I have a template printed out, but I realize everybody's not going to have the template. So I did give information for how to make your thing, your booklet pages. So I'm going to show you how you would use, how you would regular. We're going to pretend this is cardstock. It's not. It's regular 8x10 paper. So you would use cardstock 8x10. And if I was going to make it full page so I don't have to cut the first page, it's going to be 5.5. Well, no, it's 8x11. I'm sorry, it's 8x11 paper. I know I want an inch in the middle. So if I hold the ruler and it's from one end to the other is 11, I know 5.5 is in the middle, close to the middle. Well, it is the middle, right? 5.5, 5.5. So if I go from, wait a minute, this is 11. I want each side to be 5 inches because then I will have an inch left in the middle. That's what I'm trying to say,
So
y'all.
what you would do basically is measure 5 inches over, then skip an inch and mark, and you would be 5 inches on the other side. That would give you your 11, and then at your 5-inch score and at your 6-inch score, and that would give you your...
And I am making those marks currently for the 5-inch. What I'm doing is I'm marking 5 inches and I'm marking it 6 inches. That allows the inch middle. I don't have to measure this side over here.
For your spine, correct?
Correct. That's going to leave my spine.
Okay.
And I'm just putting the dots at 5 inches and 6 inches for now, all the way down the page. And then I'm going to connect them with the ruler. So a 5-inch and a 6-inch. And I need lots of dots, y'all, because I'm challenged.
I couldn't cut a straight line if my life depended on it.
I can't draw one either, even if I have dots on the pages. Y'all are going to see, because I can already see that this dot is outside of the rest of them. So I have to go back.
I can't even eyeball something center. I always end up cattywamped. I don't know.
I know that this dot's not right, so I'm going to see. Oh, see, it's not right. Y'all can even see that. It's like a whole 1/4 of an inch off. So I'm going to use that one. Okay, so now I'm going to come down here and I'm just going to draw my line. And I'm going to come over here and draw the second line. So for our first page, if we do it this way, we don't have to cut anything. It's done. First page made.
So I'm going to cut mine out.
I'm not to that yet, Joe. When I get to mine, I still got to cut them out if you want to wait.
Okay. Because I went ahead and I printed out a template on mine.
Yeah, I'm just showing them how to make a template because I'm going to use my templates that I printed, but I want to show everybody that may not have that how to draw one out. So that's our first page. We got an inch here, 5.5 on each side. It's going to be a nice size little book. We're going to just put this to the side. Again, we're pretending we're on cardstock. Now for the next page.
She's pretending cardstock because Nick took all the cardstock next door to her mom's for the printer.
He did.
So she's like, I have no cardstock.
I have what I need for today, and that's all.
Yeah.
So we know that the last time we used an inch. This time we need it to be 3/4. So what I'm going to do, Joe, I see math is not my forte, y'all. So if I need it to be, well, we had a 5-inch page. Let's just do this way. We had a 5-inch page. We want to chop 1/4.
You want to go over 3/4, so you want it 5 3/4.
And thank you, Claire, about the dangles thing.
The dangles thing.
So 5-inch page, we want to go in. Oh, my brain. Hang on, I wrote this stuff down, did I not? One moment, I did. Hang on. Lordy be. 5 and 5. 3 1/4 inch pages. No. We want our pages to be 4 1/2, right, Joe? We're going to lose a 1/2 inch.
4 1/4.
Well, the last ones were 5 inches wide.
Okay.
I wouldn't think we would want to lose that much. That's 3/4.
Well, see, yours is bigger than mine.
I'm thinking we go 4 3/4. The spine is only going to be 3/4 of an inch. So I marked my 4 3/4. Now I'm going to go in
3/4,
1/4, 2/4, 3/4, and make a mark that one. And now we're going to do another 4 3/4. So 1, 2, 3 puts us at the 6-inch mark. That's our 3/4. Now I need to add 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That will put us at the 10-inch mark. This way I can mark all my dots. So I need one at 4 3/4, one at 5 1/4. I'm going to write this down. 4 3/4, or I'll forget. 5 1/4 and 10 inches. Okay. So I'm just going to go up the page and make little dots at those marks. 4 3/4, which is not where that dot is. No, it's 4 1/4. 4 1/4, and then. But see, now I got one at 5 1/4, and that's still an inch, so it should be at the 5-inch mark. Hang on, what did I do? Okay, yeah, it's more like
4 1/4 and at 5.
Well, no, because 4 1/4, we're still knocking 3/4 off. What did I do? Hang on, y'all. This is not. It is. I got it at 4. It's at 4 1/2. 1,
okay,
2, 3,
then 5 1/4.
Right, 4. I wrote 4 1/2. See, I can't even do this. And 5 1/4 and 10. We're good. So let me go back up here and mark this one at 4 1/2. 4 1/2.
Not as easy as it looks, right, ladies?
5. It's really not. And 10. Genevieve Designs is where we got the template. But you don't need a template. That's what I'm trying to show you. As long as you can get your math right.
It's
which I'm being
a stack the pages book for your main pages. So if anyone knows how to do a stack the pages, you've got it. And
anybody that does albums
out there on stack the pages.
If you do an album, then you already know how to do this. I don't make albums generally. So this is a new thing. Where am I?
Yeah, Brenda's like, my pages aren't the same length width-wise. And I'm like, no, they won't be, because, you know, if you take a bunch of pages that are all the same width and you fold them in half, you've got your little stick out. So you have to subtract some so your pages don't stick out the ends of your book.
Okay, so this is our second page. And I'm going to put a number 2 down here in the throwaway part.
And you've left your page at the 8 1/2, right? Height.
Right. I haven't done anything. It's still 8 1/2. I just made it. It's 8 1/2 by 11. This one is only 10 inches.
Right.
Or 10 1/2. It's wherever. Now, the third page, that one was 4 1/2. This one's going to be 4 from the one edge. So we're going to come in 4 inches. The spine is only going to be a 1/2 inch. So we're going to come back over to 4 1/2. And then we're going to go from there and go over 4 inches. So that would be 1 is the 5 1/2 mark. 2, 3, 4 would be our 8 1/2 mark. And that's where our last mark is going to go. And I'm going to make those several places. 4 1/4.
She won't be out long. It's raining here. So, yay.
4 1/2. 8 1/2. 4 1/4. 4, 8 1/2. Hi, Kathy. How are you? Oh, we're supposed to be 2 there.
Hi, Kathy.
Thank you for coming. These lines are way cattywampus. Hang on, my top ones don't match. I'm going to make a new set.
See, you're like me. Can't draw a straight line with help.
4 1/4, 4 1/2, 8 1/2. Okay.
How are you doing today, Kathy?
Worry about these ones. We're going to draw a straight line. A straight line. And we're going to draw a straight line over here on the last edge.
And that'll be what you cut off, right?
Page 3, right. This is the cutoff on this one.
Uh-huh.
On the second page, this is the little cutoff section.
Okay.
And on the first page, there is no cutoff section.
Yay.
Okay. And then if you line,
so
then you just want to cut your edges off. And what me and Joe are going to do is cut our paper.
I know you'll be glad to be home for good, Kathy.
So if you're doing it this way, you want to go in and cut these little edges off. Hopefully you are on cardstock, because I'm going to show you how to crease these. You do not need a scoreboard. I don't have one. You do not need a scoring tool. The edge of a butter knife flipped over will work. The end of a small paintbrush will work. The end of a small crochet hook. I actually have a ball tool from doing polymer clay, so I'm going to use my ball tool. But you don't have to have any of those things. You could use this pin cap and use this end down here of the pin cap, or a pen that doesn't work. If it doesn't write anymore, it's out of ink. But this little plastic thing on this pin cap will work. So I am now going to, and my pages are not on cardstock yet, Joe.
Right.
I go ahead and print on cardstock. So I have to cut them out and glue them. But they are sealed. I did go out and seal my paper.
Okay, so are we cutting these out now?
I'm going to cut mine out before I glue. Well, do I want to glue them first?
I want to cut mine out before I glue them.
Well, yours are already on cardstock. I'm not on cardstock.
Oh. Yeah,
I gotta
you might glue yours first.
I'm going to glue them first. Let me get my cardstock sheets. Where did they go? The only 3 I have left in my house.
I'm still going to go ahead and start trimming mine out, because if I mess up, I'll be able to hopefully figure out a way to fix it.
And I sealed them so that I could use Mod Podge to put them down with and not have to worry about my ink bleeding.
Yeah, so none of us want our inks to run.
So I did go spray mine, and I sprayed mine with Krylon Matte Sealer, or Matte Finish Clear.
I have been so excited about doing this. I just thought it was a really cool idea.
So if you're using a paper pad, you're going to probably need to glue your paper to a cardstock like I'm doing. And just make sure that you flip your cardstock over if that's what you drew your pattern on. You don't want to glue on top of it and lose your pattern or your template. You want to glue to the back side opposite of where you put your pattern. And are we going too fast for anybody if you're following along? I don't want to go too fast if you're trying to craft along.
The measurements can be a little daunting, but you can do it. If we can figure it out, you can figure it out, because it's not that difficult once you get it going.
Because the template doesn't measure exactly 8.5 by 11, I don't have to be precise about gluing this corner to corner. Thank goodness. I just need to get my paper.
Sorry, you're buffering. Kathy's buffering.
I'm buffering?
No, Kathy is. She's still in the woods.
Oh,
so
Kathy, I'm sorry. And I also have to add my backgrounds, Joe. You printed all yours out, backgrounds and all.
Yes, I did. I took the easy way out, y'all. Yes. I did.
Had I thought about it, I would have, but my print program is out of printing. I'm already over pages, so I can't print again until Monday. And so I'm just having to deal with what I already got. Okay, so that one's glued down and glued to my board. I'm going to set it aside to dry. Wait a minute. I need this back not to look like that because I got to put napkin on it in a little while.
So that'll be your inside.
Yes.
Okay.
I believe so. I don't know that I may have that. That's the that's actually the cover one.
Okay.
But I am going to put napkin on here.
Well,
because I can put napkin a lot easier.
And I'm starting on cutting out my second page now.
Well, let me switch over to you while I'm just gluing stuff down.
Okay.
Okay, there we go.
All right. I've already cut out my first one. Like I said, I had the template and I just printed it on my cardstock. So, and all I'm going to do is line it up. Thank you, Genevieve, for making this so much easier. She does amazing things. I wasn't sure at first when she came up with this that I would like it because I really enjoy doing her albums. But this template was really nice. And I had been talking about wanting to do something where I could do my albums and try some journaling at the same time. And this kit that she come up with came out at just the right time for me. So, and I'm not using a fancy cutter or anything. I've had my husband break my blade off, so I had a good sharp blade today and found my good old ruler and my mat. That's how I'm going to cut things out. And I'm sure y'all hear Dolly. She's being boisterous today.
And they can hear Fox. And I'm going to come back to me because I'm smoothing the paper and I want to show them how to do it. Okay, so what I'm doing, you all, is my paper had some wrinkles in it, and I just got a credit card. Well, a card we're not going to use. It's not really a credit card. And I'm using it to get the wrinkles out of my paper. It's sealed, so I don't have to worry about anything like that. I just want it to be smooth, and my dog is about to get squirted with water. Well, get out of the window. Sit down.
Yes, sunflowers. We love our sunflowers.
Okay. And I'm going to go back and get the first page because it's got an air pocket. And you don't want to have air pockets. Let me poke that with my, where did the craft knife go?
They're in there, baby.
I'm just going to
go in your cage to get to them. I gave the
cut a
birds
little
some
slit in it.
seeds, so hopefully it'll keep them a little quiet.
So what I'm doing is I cut a little slit in my paper where the air pocket is, and I'm going to put some glue on top, which I was going to glue on the top anyway to seal it better.
Does it sink down in there then and hold the paper tight?
That's what I'm hoping it'll do.
Okay. Okay. Good idea. I never thought about poking a hole in my paper.
Well, if you do it right, you can hide the, if you, like I just made a slit and it just blends right back in again.
Okay.
And I'm trying to work glue under there with I'm going to use a small paintbrush.
Right.
A very small paintbrush.
Now, your glue, do you water it down any?
This is homemade Mod Podge. So it is watered down a lot.
Okay.
And now I'm going to try to smooth that out again. Get the air pocket. Now, if I had not sealed the paper, this ink would be going everywhere right now.
Right.
Okay, I'm going to leave that to dry and see what we get.
Right.
And I have the third page to go. But yeah, mine is not 50-50, Joe. It's more, well, it is more like a 50-50 mix of glue and water. I like mine a little thinner.
Okay.
It still glues just fine.
I am really liking that Deca page.
Right. I have not ever used
it. It really feels nice. I like it. I really like it. I like the texture. You can feel your some brush marks, from your, and it almost, when the light hits it just right from an angle, looks like you've painted it. It doesn't look like I printed out. It's kind of cool. I like those brush marks. So
I'm going to go back in here with the card again.
This way or this way, I think was how I wanted.
This also makes sure that your paper is good and adheres. Okay, now this has to dry. They all have to dry. So if you're doing this where you're having to glue paper down to cardstock, it does take a little, that's, you know, why I wanted to make sure we had plenty of time. And it's going to be more than a 1-day series because it does take time to glue and dry and glue and dry. Does anybody have any questions or anything so far? Are we all pretty much moving along at the same pace?
Hi, Sherry. How are you?
Hi, Sherry. Thank you for coming. Thank you, Tiara.
It's so nice to see everybody.
It is wonderful to see everybody. And is anybody crafting along with us?
Tiara.
Yay.
Sherry,
I loved your journal video that you just put up. That was gorgeous.
Okay.
Joe, what are you doing now?
I'm going to tell him what you did to poor Tanya the other night.
It was
y'all know Tanya Smith. And I think it was Stephanie and me and Brenda were all in a little chat together, video chat. And Tanya's speaker, when she's once in a while, will go out and she can't hear. So she has to leave the chat and rejoin. Well, Brenda comes up with the idea when she comes back in, everybody just move their mouth and, you know, we'll let her think that her speaker's still not working. So we did. And believe it or not, my birds were quiet the entire time. They even played along with this joke. So she comes back in and we're like talking and laughing but no sound coming out, of course. And she's like, oh, buggers, it didn't work. So she goes back out and we're like, let's do it one more time. She comes back in. She goes, oh, it's not working. She thought her computer had died, her speakers. So she goes out and she comes back in. And then we finally let her know that it was just a joke on her. Hello, Susan. And it was so funny. But Brenda comes up with the funniest things to do. So it was cute. How are you today, Susan? It is funny but bad. But my husband come in from work for lunch in between her going out and coming in one of the times. So I'm telling him real quick, don't say nothing, you know. And he just looks at me like I have totally lost my mind. And I was shocked that Nova and Dolly stayed quiet. It was like they were in on it because my birds are never quiet. Y'all know that. I'm doing well. Starting to get back into things. Y'all know that I haven't been on in a while. My daughter, my mom got sick and she has Crohn's, diverticulitis, and a hiatal hernia. So I was taking care of her. Well, right after, my daughter fell and broke her foot and she had to have surgery. So I was helping her take care of her 4 children because, you know, when you got little ones and you've got a broke foot, you cannot get up and cook and take care of them. And so that's all back to normal now. I'm planning on being home and getting things started once again. Brenda forgot to switch over to me, didn't she? That's so cute.
Hi, Susan.
So excited.
I had my heat gun on, so I'm muted temporarily.
Yes, but you never did switch over to mine.
And I'm going to switch to Joe. Joe, what are you doing?
I've been talking to everybody while your heat gun was going.
Cool.
And Susan came in.
Yeah, I saw Susan.
Yeah. And I told him about how you played that joke on, well, we all played that joke on Tanya. Right. And that was so funny. And how the birds were even in on it. It was classic for my birds to be quiet. I just couldn't believe it.
Now, Joe already has hers cut out.
Yes, I do. I haven't scored.
Okay. I'm going to go on and cut mine out, but I don't want to score probably till I put the napkin on.
Hang on 1 minute, y'all.
So I'm back on me.
Get over here. Let's go.
And I am now going to cut mine down.
And
they're mostly dry.
well, I'm glad they dried that quick.
Well, this one, the little one, the insert, the middle part is not dry, but it's going to be the last thing I work with. So I'm going to go on and cut it.
Hi, Judy. How are you?
Hi, Judy. Thank you for coming. You got me and Joe today making pocket books for ephemera.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting to see how we both kind of doing the same thing, but they'll both end up completely different, you know.
The guts may look the same, but I think that's about where the similarities are going in.
Right, which really makes it a lot of fun.
Right.
You know, to be able to see.
Because we all use different things in our journals.
Right. But then, you know, sometimes we use a lot of similar things. So.
Right. And I was probably not on camera for cutting this out, so.
Oh, you're not doing bad, really. I can't believe you're actually cutting straight.
Oh, it helps when you have these really dark lines. I have a line to go by.
To re-ink.
If I didn't have a line,
I knew I would trim some off.
if there wasn't a line on here, it would be another story. This would be wacky, wonky.
Where were you at, Judy? I know I've missed everybody. I've been in a few live chats, but kind of hit and miss lately. And I am so looking forward to getting back into doing things. Of course, things have got to be re-straightened out and stuff because, you know, hubby was here quite a bit by himself. And I don't know why they never leave things alone. They always want to move stuff and think they're helping.
Yes.
Bestie in Florida for 2 weeks. Congratulations. Hey, Katrine. Hi, how are you?
Hi, Katrina. How are you? Thank you for coming. You got me and Joe.
And Brenda's moving quick with those scissors, y'all.
Practice.
Practice.
I've been cutting a lot of stuff.
Degree weather to come to 45. Ugh. Yeah. We are humid and raining today in Georgia.
So what I'm doing on the back of mine, Joe already printed hers front and back. I am using this black and white napkin to cover the backs with.
That napkin is very pretty.
And let's see, is this one separated already? Yes, hang on. I was going to get one not separated. I use the Elizabeth Brewer technique for separating a napkin. That one's separated. I got new ones out that weren't separated. Where'd they go? Here we go.
You're like me, I can lay something out and 5 minutes later walk back and it's not where I thought it was. And
so Elizabeth Brewer's method is you open your napkin and you kiss the edges. However, this one's already ready to peel. If they're not like this, you just kiss it. Both lips, one on top, one on bottom, like I'm going to have to do with that one. And it just separates it.
Oh.
So I just did that. That's where the bottom lip hit. And see, it just pulls it right off. Her method works flawlessly. I don't have to
I hate the cold weather too, Judy. I'm sorry. I don't do well in the cold.
I'm doing good, Katrine. How are you? Okay. And I glue stick my napkins down first and then go over them with clear Minwax, polyacrylic, water-based.
Oh, you don't Mod Podge them down?
No, because with the glue stick, I can remove them if I need to.
And they don't shred?
and they don't shred, and I've not torn a napkin doing it this way.
Awesome.
Now, if I try to put it down here without the glue stick, I'm going to end up tearing my napkin. It's going to end up not pretty. I can smooth them out with my hands. Like if it's wet when you put your napkin down and you try to smooth it with your hands, it's not going to happen.
Well, you probably don't get the wrinkles either doing it that way.
Well, you can get wrinkles. I don't worry about it. If I do, I just call them texture.
Okay. Well, I like wrinkles. You know, we're all old and wrinkly, so wrinkles add character.
I just try to make sure that I have glue over the whole entire page. Otherwise, you will have air pockets, and air pockets are not your friend.
S. Stenstrom. Hello.
Hi, Sue. How are you? And thank you for coming. Hadn't seen you in a while. Well, in other streams I have. When I'm on there, my life seems to have gotten so busy lately that it's hard for me to get on live streams and chat. I lurk, but I just don't. I'm usually crafting in the background, and so I can't like craft and, well, I could if I wanted glue on my phone. I guess I could craft and chat, but I'd rather not. Okay, so now I'm just going to lay this down, and I'm just going to use my fingers to smooth it. This is what you can't do if you start with a wet background.
Right.
And like there's a big wrinkle right there, so I'm going to carefully lift the napkin.
Well, I'd be daggone. Look at that.
And put it back down again.
I'm going to have to try that.
And there's still a wrinkle there. I'm not worried about it. Most of it's smooth. And then I'm going to flip it over and cut away the excess because there's no point in leaving it on here.
All right. Oh, I know how that is when you're trying to get a nap and everyone wants to talk to you. But if you're up, nobody calls.
Right.
Yeah. Poor Sue.
How's your mom doing, Sue? So I'm just removing, and I may use some of this napkin as decorations and stuff on my book, on my little pocket book.
I love the name, A Little Pocket Book.
Well, it's a book with pockets in it.
It's cute play on words.
So there is this, and now this one is the out.
Jerry loves that napkin, Brenda.
Oh, thank you, Sherry. I got those at Tuesday morning. This one's going to be the cover because, and I'm thinking I'm going to put the napkin on the outside or not. I'll figure that out in a minute.
She says her mom's okay. She's home this week. Maybe home this week.
Okay, good. And Judy, I'm looking to see.
But she doesn't seem much better. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that. Okay, so I'm just going to do the same thing on these other ones. And I'm going to, my other napkins are already peeled. So I'm just going to see. I don't want to do that because, nope. Oh, flip it over. I don't want to apply it to the other side. That would be bad. It'd probably be pretty, but it's not what I want. So, let's see. So I'm just going to put some glue stick again. Joe, you've not ever done the glue stick method?
No, I haven't. I didn't know about the glue stick. I've always just seen people use Mod Podge, and mine end up kind of tearing and shredding and looking like wrinkled old men, and I gave up on it.
I got it from Tanya. She was saying that that's what she does because she can't get the pattern paper over in New Zealand. She glues her napkin to her paper with glue stick before she puts it through the die cutter. And she doesn't seal it in any way, and it stays. So I was like,
Oh,
well, if it works for die cutting.
well, yeah, because, you know, die cutting is kind of rough on your edges and stuff. So, yeah, I'm going to try that because I've got beautiful napkins that have been gifted to me in a Happy Mail and, you know, picked up here and there. And I would really like to use them, but I just didn't want them getting destroyed, you know. So I like this idea.
Get destroyed. So even if you're wanting to make the clear napkin stuff, you know, the napkin plastic, the glue stick first. Still do the glue because the glue stick dries clear. So just do your glue stick first and then apply all your stuff over the top.
Oh, okay.
So you could put like glue stick down. Like if I was going to make napkin plastic, I would use one of these sheets that I got from the Dollar Tree. This one needs to be washed. And I would put my glue stick on the plastic, then put my napkin down. So just like I'm doing it on paper, but I would do it on plastic. And then I would, you know, do the stuff over top of it to make it the plastic coating. Maybe we can do that one day, make plastic napkins.
About trying the thing that they're doing with the plastic wrap and the iron on the napkins.
Right. I'm afraid to do that. I'm afraid I'll burn something.
I want to try it. Yeah, that's me.
I didn't get that straight, so I'm able to pull it back carefully. I did rip the corner, but I'm not worried about the corner. But I could pull the whole thing up without really destroying the napkin.
I'm going to go ahead and score my little...
Okay, Joe. Now, Joe's on a scoreboard. I'm going to switch to her. I'm going to score without a scoreboard because I don't have one.
Mine was gifted, so that's how I ended up with it from one of my kids. And I took Genevieve's tip, and on different ones, I took a black Sharpie and ran down. So if it's not something you have to have, you know, butted up, you can actually line it up with the black mark, and you know you're straight all the way down. You know, you're not jumping the curb, basically. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Sometimes I'll be think I'm here, and then I end up, you know, in a different one down at the other end, and I really don't like that look. So that's why I did that. And I thought it was a really good idea. So I just line them up with where my black lines are. And that way I know I'm going to stay straight, or at least hope I stay pretty straight. And I did learn with this, if you go too fast, you will jump that little curb, you know, and it's never pretty. So, and then they just fold perfect.
Judy, I'm so glad you got to go to Florida for a while, because I'm telling you, if Missouri's like Alabama right now, we are cold and rainy, and I don't like it.
Georgia's warm and rainy. We're not cold yet.
Well, cold is relative. I stay frozen.
Yeah, you're always cold, Brenda.
But in the last night, we weren't going to turn our heat on. We were not going to turn the heat on last night, but when it got to be 70 degrees in the house, we were like, okay, we're turning the heat on.
70.
Inside my house was 70 degrees, and I thought I was going to freeze, literally. I'm like, oh, it's way.
See, with my tropical vacations, I keep our air on 69.
Oh, no, ours usually stays on 74, but last night it was hot. It was
I'm
cold.
Always hot. Always.
And that corner didn't stick down, so I'm going to put a little glue on it.
Out of menopause, and I can actually be cool again.
Well, I heard menopause can last for 10 years.
I know, and I'm still in it.
And y'all really wanted to hear this conversation today, right?
You never know what we're going to talk about, right, y'all? Missouri is definitely cold and rainy. Had to turn heat on when you got home. Oh, Judy.
See, that's us. It's cold and rainy. Have to have the air during the day and heat at night. That's crazy.
See, I run the air all the time.
And what I'm doing now is cutting my napkin.
Is
the leftover parts into strips.
a sheet, 2 blankets, and a comforter. And I'm kicking covers off, and it's just awful.
And these I'll save. If I don't use them today, I will use them on pockets and stuff in a journal. Okay, one more for this page. And then I still got a Mod Podge over the top, or not Mod Podge. I use the Minwax polyacrylic,
right?
Right. So I still have to do that on all 3, but I was trying to use the glue stick and get all my napkins down first.
Now all I'm doing, since I got them scored and folded, is I'm going to go back and fold them and take my bone folder and just really crease those folds so my pages will turn nice. Make sure everything's nice and straight.
And Kara, were you crafting along with us? How's yours coming along? Are we going too fast?
Anybody who's doing it with us, I would love to see pictures, y'all.
Yes. And y'all can post, and I'll put the link in. I keep forgetting to add stuff to my description. I have a Foxy's Creations Facebook page. Y'all can post on there your pictures and stuff that you make along. I think you can. I think I have it open. I should check.
I'll remind you when we get done to make sure that it's fixed so anyone can post.
Right.
Yeah.
I thought about making a group, but I just don't want to have to do an admin, you know. I don't know how I would have time to manage a group right now.
You would make time. You would manage.
You want to be an admin? Boy, that was putting you on the spot, wasn't it, Joe?
Only your 2nd year? Oh, Lord.
I missed something about that.
I'm hoping I'm at the tail end of it. I really am. I'm just done.
I'm only 5 years in. I got 5 to go of freezing, roasting, freezing, roasting.
Oh, I got thrown into it with cancer when they done the complete hysterectomy. So I can't even take any hormone replacement due to the type of cancer I had. So I'm just there, you know. I told my husband I keep waiting to grow a beard because I have no hormone replacement. And I did learn why most women who do not get any hormone replacement and get a hysterectomy end up kind of chubby. And the reason is, I did not know this, but fat cells can produce small amounts of estrogen. So when you've had a hysterectomy and you don't have any hormone replacement, your body tries to absorb as much of that estrogen from fat cells as possible. So,
Sherry, and I want to welcome Ann. I saw that Ann had come in. So welcome, Ann. I am also only 54. I started menopause young.
Oh, Ann, congratulations. Within 2 weeks.
That is awesome.
Would be amazing. Oh, yeah, you're young, Sherry.
My menopause was caused from surgery as well. So, but it was not cancer surgery of any kind, but it was a surgery that threw me into menopause.
All right, I've got them all scored and folded, and
okay, so mine are all now.
Mine
are glued with the glue stick. So now I need to put on the polyacrylic. Okay, I'll put it back on me.
Yeah, I'm just going to ink up my edges now.
Okay. So now I just need to put polyacrylic on all of mine. I am going to heat gun these very carefully while I'm going. When I figure out what I did with my heat gun. How do you use a heat gun as big as one of them is? There it is. It was laying down. Okay.
Right under my table.
Oh, I don't want that one. I want the big brush.
And
we are working on little pocket ephemera books. I have a prototype. Let me find where I buried it.
Distress oxide and walnut stain to antique my edges is what I'm going to be doing.
So this is it, and it's a little what I'm calling an ephemera pocket book. It's a place for you when you're making journals to store your ephemera in that you make. And so it's got lots of little pockets in it. It's got places to hang your little dangle bits that you make, like your charms and stuff that you're going to hang off your pages. This is a page that you could hang, like if I know I'm going to use burlap, I could put like a little scrap of burlap and hang it, or yellow ribbon or things like that. I can hang them from this page. Then I have a belly band over here that's got several little things I've done on my sewing machine in it for my sunflower journal. And then I've got another belly band that's got pockets with cards in them. Some little paper clips that I made for my sunflower journal that I'm going to make are on another belly band, but there's also room to add cards under there or other stuff. So that's what we're working on. So I made a prototype so I would know what I was doing and I wouldn't get on here and completely mess up everything.
Y'all ought to seen her doing that prototype in a video chat one day.
Oh, wow, Sherry. Thank you, Ann. I saw somebody on a channel, K. Kerr. Is that her name, Joe?
G. Kerr.
G. Kerr. She had a folder, just a folder with 2 pockets in it and a band at the top, a belly band to put ephemera in. So that was my inspiration, but I went way above and beyond what she did because 2 pockets, I use more stuff than that in my journals, and 2 pockets wasn't going to work for me. So I was like, ooh, I can do that. I could make it like an album. So you would have space between. And I just tore part of my napkin off, but we're not going to miss it. My thumb stuck to it. Now that will happen. So you want to be careful where you put your fingers. And then I tilt mine to the light to make sure I got it off. See, I missed this whole spot down here. There's no wet. I also need to coat the other side to seal that paper. I like the way the matte spray seals it, but I like it better when I put the polyacrylic on. I like the way it feels better with polyacrylic.
I never thought about using polyacrylic on it either.
I always use the polyacrylic to seal it all, and it makes it feel, it still feels really good.
I mean, I use it on my clay.
Right. That's why I have the water-based. It's for the polymer clay.
Right.
And so I use it on everything now.
With paper.
Let me dry this off real fast, and then I can set it aside and pull up the next one or turn it over because I need to seal the back side as well. So hopefully this ain't going to be too loud.
No, your heat gun really isn't as loud as some that I've heard. Now I'm just still inking
Christmas
up,
journals. Cool.
Okay, I think I got.
I'm going to make a wintry / Christmassy, barely Christmas journal after I do the sunflower journal.
That is so cool. Oh, I would love to see your Christmas journals, Anne.
Right. This almost does feel like leather when it's done. This. And it's not sticky or anything. And I usually put 2 coats. And that one is dry. Or mostly dry.
Mostly dry.
I don't want to flip it over though because it's not as dry as I want it.
I've noticed too by doing that with the papers, my edges aren't cracking like they sometimes do when they're just plain. But I still want to get rid of that white core from the paper, you know. I don't like seeing that on the edge. So, but I do like the way they come out.
Okay, so
almost a leather foam, like you said. I think I've got those all inked up. So.
Okay, I think I'm going to flip this over and put a coat. Uh-oh, I got napkins stuck on over. There we go. Put a coat on this back side so that this page is completely finished.
That is Steffi and Joy, I do believe, Brenda.
Right. You want to message them back and let them know what we're doing? Because I can't.
I did.
Because we talked to them all the time
live
on Facebook Messenger, and they're trying to find out what we're doing. We're on YouTube, and we can't talk now. And I should have put something under this. I will get my little plastic mat back in a second when I clean this, where I went off the edges. So,
okay, hopefully that'll take care of that.
and I am, there we go. Okay. I'm going to put just a little bit more on my brush and try to smooth this out a little bit because I was kind of going crazy.
Oh.
And y'all, if you instant message me, about the only time I'm going to ignore an instant message is if I'm on here.
Yes.
Otherwise, I will answer. And now I'm going to heat gun the back, this side of this to make sure it's all nice and sealed how I like it. Ooh, I have to check that out, Katrine. That sounds awesome. A wax paper. Something.
I think Steph's going to be coming in.
Okay.
I'm not sure about Joy. And I've got to go heat my coffee up, y'all. I'll be right back.
Okay. So, the cool thing is, hey, Joy. The cool thing is, once you have the outside of the book made, and that oh my word, I'm going to carefully try to lift this up because it heated itself.
Hey, Joy. Oh, how are you, honey? We didn't see you yesterday.
This got heated up to my plastic, and I have not had that happen. It sealed itself to my plastic. Yeah, I'm having to reglue this side down where it peeled up, and I'm not going to worry. I can put a pocket or something over this. Happy accidents are good.
Stuff like that happen because, you know, you show what to do with it.
Right, I'm going to just put a pocket over it, and I'm going to get my little other piece of plastic back over here. Not that it won't stick to this. If it gets too hot, it probably will.
How are you doing today, Joy?
Oh, wow, Joy. I know when payday hits, that's the day we go run all the errands and do everything we have to do. And what I'm doing now is if I'm getting an air bubble, I'm just pressing it back down, taking the heat gun away and pressing it back down to readhere it. But sometimes the heat will cause it to bubble. Okay.
Making paper, Katrine.
Oh, Katrine's paper is gorgeous, Joe. She makes really pretty homemade paper, handmade paper.
Cool.
Now, before I had the mishap and it got stuck,
I figured something was up with Joy. That's why we didn't hear from her yesterday.
Right. So what I was saying was the good thing is once you get your covers made or your page, what you put in here pocket-wise, belly band-wise is going to depend on what you need the book to do. What do you need your book to hold? What kind of things do you put in your journals you need to keep track of in a pretty little spot?
Oh, you bought a scoreboard, Joy? Cool.
Okay, so that page is done. Now let me go on to another page.
Joy has all these wonderful crafting papers and stuff. We're getting her motivated to start creating and do videos. She's a very talented young lady. And we always have a good time when we hang out together.
And now I am putting on the my second page, my polyacrylic to seal the top of it down.
I bet that makes it really, really durable.
It does. They can be bent. They are waterproof at that point. I don't have to worry about is it something that's going to reactivate if it gets wet?
So you don't have to worry if you drop water on it or something while you're you know. Okay.
I can show you a page. Hang on. They're right over here. Nick had set a glass down on the table where I had my stuff sitting, and you can see that it got wet. Right. However, this was sealed. So even though it got wet, there's no damage on this side at all. There's no watermarks on this side because this was completely sealed.
Okay.
And when I use this page, this is probably going to end up glued down, so you'll never see that anyway, or turned into a pocket, and you won't see that. So I'm not really worried about it. But you can see where it got wet, but it did no damage to the napkin whatsoever. It didn't do any damage to anything. It just seeped under it at the edge, probably where the edge wasn't completely sealed. The water seeped under.
Right.
But because it was sealed, it didn't bother anything or affect anything.
Okay, so...
And really he apologized that he didn't know his cup had a hole in it. So let me dry this off real fast.
Here's my real pen.
Joe, what are you doing?
I'm looking for my real thin tape right now.
Oh.
Sworn I had out. I find it because my 1/4 inch just isn't wide enough for what I want.
Now I'm going to tell y'all where our problem is going to come in with Miss Joe.
What?
We've already been on here an hour, and I know we're probably only going to get these parts done and glued down, and that's all. Getting Joe to leave hers alone till next week. That's the challenge.
I promise I won't mess with this, but I'm not saying I won't make another one.
Well, my mother, I sent Mother a picture of the ephemera box I made with the ink, the instant ink box, and she calls and she's like, I want one of those boxes. I want to put it on my end table and put my junk in it. So now I have to make my mother an instant ink decorated box to put her junk in.
I think it's sweet that she likes your creativity. I just got to remember what side to put my tape on. And so I'm right side up even. So yeah, I think it's that way.
Another thing that these would be good for, whoops,
Oops.
if you run an Etsy store and you mail ephemera, I haven't made them for that yet, but if you mail out ephemera, you could just do one folder, like what G. Kerr did. Put pockets in it, fold it, put it in your envelope, and mail it. And all those little ephemera things that you're mailing would come in a nice little pretty package that they're able to reuse to store their other ephemera in.
Oh, no, that's a good idea.
And it would just be one folder. Now, so that this doesn't stick down when it's dry, but the other one was too, I'm going to set it aside and put the polyacrylic on top of the last sheet, and then I'll come back and do the backs of these. I don't want to have another sticky to my paper thing going on. So is anybody going to make one of these? If you're not making one with us, is this something that you think you would make in the future, or all, make something similar?
I think it'll come in real handy for me.
Well, I like that they're pretty and you can set them on a bookshelf and leave them sitting out because they are pretty.
Right.
And it's a nice little pretty storage, and it doesn't take up a lot of room. You can store a lot in one of these little books in a very small amount of space.
You may have to make a few and put them up in your shop and my shop, and because I think they're just really cute. I think it's a great idea.
And if I was making a generic size, I would do it on the 8.5 by 11 and just make the one big cover.
Right.
And that way you could have bigger pockets and things in it, because some people use, like the bigger journaling cards and stuff in their journals.
Yeah, not everybody shrinks everything like you do, Brenda. Brenda shrinks everything.
Well, no, now when I make the sunflower journal and the winter journal, I will not be shrinking things. I'm going to use full-size journal things. Oh, cool, Sherry. Be sure and post pictures somewhere. I mean, we're all in several groups together, so if you post them in a group,
exactly, Joy,
we'll all be able to see them.
Okay, I'm all taped up and nowhere
exactly.
to go.
And I'm making ephemera to put in the Etsy store, and
I love it.
I really don't have a place to put it all. So I'm going to make some more of those little ink boxes to put some in. But like my own ephemera that I'm making for my journals, I can have 2 or 3. Like if I'm doing paperclip beads and I know in advance I'm going to be making this journal and that journal and the other journal, I can make paperclip beads for all 3 if I have 3 little, or store them all in one book, or I could have 3 separate books so I have a place to store stuff for more than one journal at a time. And each one of these would represent a journal if I did it that way, which is probably how I would do it because that's just me.
Trying to make sure I don't have any sticky tape sticking over the edge, because
I had a fit when Joy got her bulb pins and stuck them all in one container. Not Joe, Joey, Joe.
Nothing wrong with that.
She put the gold ones and the black ones and the silver ones all in one container.
Nuts. I bought 200.
Hang on, let me switch to you so they can see.
Black, and I put them all in one jar.
No, they can't.
And that's driving her bonkers, y'all. But I think it looks pretty. And they're all together, so I won't lose them. But yeah, Brenda can't do that. Every time she sees my container, she's separated. Like, I can't believe you did that. So, I'm a bad child. But they're all the same thing. I didn't put buttons in with them, They're just all the same thing. Now, remember, if any of y'all use the double-sided tape, really burnish it down good before you try to peel it, or your tape will peel, your sticky part will peel up on you.
Yeah. They're always way ahead of where we are.
No, I got cut out. I got scored.
I'm not even scored.
Well, I can't help it. I'm excited.
I know. That's okay. They can see where we're headed.
Play, y'all.
They'll see where we're headed.
I haven't been able to play.
Okay, so this one is down and dry. Let me trim off these other edges I missed on the napkin. And then I can do the other side in a moment. I'm going to go back to the one we did just a minute ago that I let dry a little extra time or cool. Maybe it was just cool off because it was dry.
And y'all ought to know how excited I am about this because Brenda was talking to me about this last week and I printed out that day. I was so excited to try this. So I've been waiting.
It still feels damp, so let me hit it again. Okay, so I'm going to set that one aside and grab back this one and do the back side. Even though I spray sealed it, I want to put a coat of this on here just to make sure it's sealed really well. Plus, I like that the way it feels. This still feels like a paper.
Yeah, I like that leathery feel. I really.
Okay, Joe, I'm going to go back to me again.
Go ahead. I'm just waiting around for you to catch up with me on your project.
I know. But I didn't print double-sided. If I had done that, it would have helped.
Right, but I did because I had it. And the day you asked me about, doing this with you, I had just gotten this Dragonfly Dreams paper kit, digital kit from, I'm pretty sure it's Artie Mays.
It was Artie Mays. I love her stuff.
It's absolutely beautiful, y'all. I mean, it's a beautiful kit. And I'm so excited to use it. I've even cut out ephemera.
The sunflower journal that I'm making is an Artie Mays kit, as well as my winter kit. My winter journal is an Artie Mays kit.
Yes, and it's beautiful. It's what is it? Something Dreams. I can't remember.
I don't know either. And I purchased it. I don't got a clue. I just know it was pretty.
It's called Winter's Tale. And it's beautiful.
And the sunflower one that she did, she made an autumn journal using her sunflower kit. And it's gorgeous.
Yeah. But, oh, I've been so excited.
Make sure I don't heat this up and glue it down on the other side.
Yeah, don't stick your pages together again. But yeah, I'm all excited about this kit. I love and I got to do two things that I really enjoy from two people that I love their videos and stuff, which is Genevieve Designs. It's her latest Wonderlust printable download, and that's what I used for my book. But I printed out the pages from Artie Mays' Dragonfly Dreams. So I'm getting to use two kits that I got in one, and I love it.
Oh, Sherry, I'm sorry about the printer. And that's, I couldn't print, so I was able to print these out. I was already over when I printed this, and that's why I'm using napkins, because I didn't want to spend more money on my HP Instant Ink program, because I was already over, and I didn't want to start another 25 pages of overage. So I just left it alone and was like, and I know I can't print anything till Monday. That's driving me up a wall, but Monday I can print out a whole bunch of stuff. But that's why I'm using the napkins. Plus, they look really nice.
I love those black and white napkins.
And I'm going to decorate with another napkin that's going to add color. So my color is going to come from the next napkin that I'm going to use on my pockets and stuff. So it will have color. It's not going to just be this coffee looking background with the napkin. There's going to be some colorful stuff going on. This one is completely sealed.
Excuse me a minute. I got a puppy. It wants out again.
Okay. That one's completely sealed and dried. I'm now going to do the back side of this one and let them sit for a minute while we just chat. No, and I know my printer, when I print, I can hear it because Nick goes next door because we do over Wi-Fi printing. And because the printer's at mom's. And I will get error after error in the printer. There's nothing wrong. So now he goes next door and monitors for me. And while I print the stuff that I want printed from over here, because everything's on my phone. I guess I could go over there, but I let him deal with all the printer issues. But I can hear it clunking and clanking, and it's like, oh, I may be printing way too much stuff. How much longer is this going to last?
Much better, huh, Gabe? Poor baby. Poor babies.
Because I print a lot of stuff out.
You and me both.
Well, I was printing, you know, when I printed out those kits that I sold, that's why I was out of paper this month. I sold kits. And I had to print them. So, and then the 45 pages of purple.
Yeah, that drove you nuts.
My printer kept telling me it was out of ink. Nick said, it's not out of ink. It's not out of ink. 45 pages of purple stuff later, he realized it was the truth. I got a plan for those, so that's good. They're going to go to a new home to somebody who loves purple.
Exactly. We never waste anything when we're crafting. Hi, River. How are you? Thanks.
Hi, Deborah. Thank you for coming. How are you today?
I'm going to lay those there just to mess with Brenda. Yeah, because this drives her nuts. I wonder what she'll do if I put some buttons in here. I think that would really
okay, what, Joe? What are you saying?
I was talking about maybe putting some buttons.
We're not doing pockets today. See, this is where we're going to have a problem, guys. Joe, we're not doing pockets today.
No, but what if I put buttons in my bulb pins? Is that going to drive you more nuts?
Oh, you cannot put, well, I guess you can. They're yours. But no, it's mixing it further. See, y'all, I'm the kind of person that if I have 3 journals going at a time, I'm going to need 3 of these things because I can't do the mixed bulb pen thing. I would need 3 small containers for the different colors. And I have 3 different colors. And mine are going to go into 3 little mushroom jars because they can't do what Joe's are doing and mix and mingle like that. My stuff needs to live separate.
Mine's separate. My bulb pens are separate from other things.
But they're all mixed up together.
But they're still in the same family.
That's true. I'm just one of those. I'm weird. I know. It's one of my OCD things. It is. All right. I'm going to let this sit for a minute. I have coffee brewed and my cup just got empty. So I'll be right back and I'm going to click it over to Joe.
Okay, everybody. I can't do anything else until she decides
that
really? She's going to be caught up with her project. But you think this is going to bug her? I think this is really going to bug her. I'm not going to tell
Did you really put that button in there?
Yes, and I've got it laying right there to irritate.
How hard is it going to be to get it back out? Oh, you can just take the top off. Yeah, you're just annoying me. That's all.
Well, I could add some more. It looks pretty in there, doesn't it? That bright pink with that silver and gold and black. And it just looks good. It's a pop of color, y'all.
I don't think your bulb pins needed a pop of color.
Yes, everything needs a pop of color, right? Just like every project needs a little bit of black to anchor it. Oh, I'm going to show you what I got, though, y'all. I found these cutest little shakers at Christmas tree shops yesterday. And I got 12 of them in a pack for $4.99. And I thought that was really, really cheap. And I want to add my glitter to them. My different colors of glitter. I just think that will be so cute. Sitting around with my glitter. So I thought they were sweet, and I can shake my glitter out that way, and they just look better than those big clunky containers, you know? Yes, a pop of color. I am bad. But I'm fun bad, y'all. My lids are loose. And a friend asked me, you know, because we live in Georgia and it's very, very humid. And we get glitter clump. Do y'all ever get where your glitter kind of clumps up and, you know, from the humidity?
I don't have that, Joe, and I have humidity.
Oh, we get glitter clump. We get salt clump. I'm going to give you a secret. If you get clumps, take just a few grains of rice and put them in your containers, and the rice will absorb the moisture, not the item, and you won't get salt clump and glitter clump.
Okay.
All of my salt shakers have a little bit of rice in them, and my husband never understood why I kept rice in with the salt shaker. And he did in one time, and of course I didn't notice, and our salt just like a rock. And if you add just a little bit of rice to it, just a few grains, you will not get clumps. But
okay, guys.
Little shakers. And I thought that would look cuter on my desk with my glitter with the holidays coming than those big clunky containers.
So I am now ready to start scoring. Joe, so let me get back to me.
Yes, go back to you.
Joe had a scoreboard. I don't. So what I do, I'm just going to put my ruler down next to the line. I have this little ball tool, but like I said, if you don't have a ball tool,
uncooked rice.
Use the end of a small paintbrush, and minute rice won't work. You have to use the long grain cooking rice stuff. Minute rice just doesn't.
No, it has to be regular, like Mahatma rice. Uncooked.
You could use this little end of a pin cap. You can use a butter knife, flip it over to the dull side and run it down through here. Anything that will make a little groove. So you don't need a scoreboard and a bone folder, because I don't have that.
Exactly.
So I just use this little tiny end of my ball tool, and I have these from Polymer Clay. And I'm just going to line it up and go down through here. And I'm going to come over to this side. Same thing. I think last time I scored before I sealed. And then I'm going to, my ruler has a metal edge on it. So I want to make sure I fold it good. I'm going to put that back in there and pull the paper up. I'm hoping y'all can, yeah, y'all can see what I'm doing.
Yeah, so it really gets in that groove for where your score is.
Right. Now I can fold it down. And I'm going to do the same thing with this other side that I scored. I'm going to put the ruler back against it and pull the paper up. And then I can fold it down. And again, I don't have a bone folder. I want my plastic ruler for this, or I'll just use the edge of my scissors. The edge of your scissor handle will work.
Yeah.
The back of a spoon will work for this part. So you don't need any fancy tools. I mean, they're nice. I'm not saying they're not nice, but I don't have them. So I'm just using what I got. Okay, so there's that one all nice and folded. See, it's ready to go. So set that aside. Where did the other pages go? Here they are. So now I'm going to do the same thing on these other little pages.
And you're almost caught up with me.
Right. Make sure I have the small end.
But like I said, ladies, I did cheat. I was excited, and I went ahead and I had my papers printed out. I went ahead and sealed everything.
So Joe would be, well, let's just put it this way. Joe did the advanced crafting part of this, where she printed on double sides and everything. Not that there's anything wrong with that, because I do it. And then I'm doing it for the people who may not be able to do that.
Right. The people, not everybody has printers.
Right. And not everybody has all the tools and everything. So we're kind of showing you both sides of the same coin here, tool-wise. Because I'm having to craft without all the fancy crap. Fancy stuff. Let me change my language. But again, I went down it with the score thing, and then I put the ruler.
But it works. Whatever you have that works, use it. Be happy with what you have. Make it work for you.
Right. This did not score good. And since I know
jump the track like I do.
Well, it didn't score. I mean, I just may not have pressed hard enough. So I'm going to go back and redo it.
Sometimes I press too hard and I end up with a hole through my page.
And now I'm going to put the ruler and bend it. Now, see that? I know I can feel the difference in how that works. So that's good. And I'm just going to fold it down, make sure it's all straight.
That, and you know, your stuff, even though it's thicker than mine, because you've got those extra layers with the napkin.
Right. Stuff. I've got two pieces. I've got cardstock and I've got a napkin and I got paper. Right.
So mine's just 110-pound cardstock. So mine's not as thick as Brenda's.
Yeah, mine's 110-pound cardstock, but it's got the extra stuff on it.
Right. Which makes it quite a bit thicker to deal with.
So there's that one. One more page to go when I figure out what I did with it.
You'll find it. You always do. Nova. Nova got down again.
Oh, Lord. Nova doesn't stay on his perch lately.
No, he doesn't.
And the other day, she caught him getting down, and she told him to get back up, and he started to climb back up. She turned her back, and the next thing she knew, he was on the floor like a child.
Yeah, he waits on me not to be paying attention.
So Joe's paper is just cardstock that's printed on the front and the back. Mine is a plain sheet of cardstock with a sheet of paper adhered to it on one side and napkin on the other. So mine has extra layers on it that Joe's does not have.
Right.
She printed on her directly onto her cardstock, and mine is printed on printer paper and then a napkin. We both sealed our paper, but
yes.
Now this time what I did was I just bent it up and ran my fingernail down it. So you could either way to cause that to bend where I scored it. So that's what she meant. You know, we were saying mine has got extra goodies on it. Mine's a little bit thicker because it's got the napkin and the paper. I can get the metal edge against here. That would probably work better. Okay. Fold that down.
Oh, you might hear a little noise on my end right now. Hubby just came home for lunch.
Okay. Well, mine is grocery shopping, so I'm sure when he gets home, the dog will go crazy.
Yeah, well, Bubby will start whistling his African gray. He loves it when he's home and he's spending time with him.
Okay, so Joe, did you already put your double-sided tape down?
Yeah, my double-sided tape is on.
Okay, so I have to make some decisions where my book is concerned here. And now my other one, I left this as the outside, and I put this as the inside.
I really burnished it.
Other paper. So I'm trying to decide how I want to do this one. What do I want on the outside? If I'm going to stand them up in a bookshelf, I think I would want them to have the same thing. I mean, there's going to be decorations down the spine. So I think I'm going to put the napkin paper to the inside. And then I got to decide what's right side up and what's upside down. That one's right side up. think I'm going to call this right side up on this one. And I think I'm going to do this one this way. So even I'm changing the direction.
The paper has a direction on it because that's where it'll mess up.
And even though I'm changing how I want it folded, I can do that because I scored it really easily. And it's sealed good, so I don't have to worry about I'm going to break the page or anything. Okay. I think that's how I want my pages to go. Yep. So now, on this page here, where's my double-sided page? I had all this stuff out.
Yes, Joy. Nova enjoys talking to you. He knows your voice.
Okay.
Brenda's trying to teach him to tell her dog to be quiet.
Now, here's what's funny, y'all. I have all my tape out. I have it all together in a stack. How can you miss a stack of tape? I don't know, but I can't. So give me just a moment, because you would think I wasn't prepared to do this video. The tape go. How can you sit in the same spot and lose stuff? I have never understood. I found it. Okay. So what I'm going to do, let's see. I don't think 2 will work, but I have this little skinny stuff. But I'm going to put this down. Right. And I'm going to leave room for it to still fold because I don't want to block it from being able to bend.
Yeah, stay off your score mark.
Yeah, 2 will go in. I'm going to burnish better than that. Okay. So, and I'm going to use the handle of my scissors to burnish my tape.
Yeah, you got to really burnish it down or it just...
Or when you try to peel the backing off, it peels the tape.
Up.
Okay, so then I'm going to use the my X-Acto knife pointy part.
Hi, Mary. How are you? Thanks for coming in.
The pointy edge, although my pokey tool works way better. So I'm switching tools because this pokey tool point works better. Hi, Mary. Thank you for coming. How are you? And Joe taught me the trick of adding some glue. Joe, do you use glue stick?
Yes, I use the cheapest glue stick I can.
With glue stick, because it allows you to move. It gives you a moment. If you don't get it down exactly how you want it, you can move it.
Yeah, it gives you that little wiggle room until you've really pressed it into place.
So, because if you don't do that, you can have a problem.
Yeah, because as soon as anything touches that double-sided tape, you're done.
Now, this is just made, this is an eyeball it thing. Trying to get this centered, it's a major, you just kind of have to eyeball it.
Yeah, it's me, Mary. All right, can I start gluing my pages in too now?
Yes, you can, because I'm gluing mine.
Okay. See, I had to wait. And it was killing me, y'all. You hear hubby in the kitchen. He's fixing himself something to eat. I told him if he had a good wife, they'd have something waiting on him when he come home, but that's not going to happen. Y'all know that.
Okay, so that is now taped in and ready to go for that page. Now,
and Mary Jones, hello.
Hi, Mary. How are you? Mary, I have a tracking number to send to you, Mary Jones. Because this one is so thin, this little, my 1/4-inch score tape is too big, so I'm going to use this little red skinny score tape, and I'm going to put 2 little strips on here. Or double-sided tape. I don't know that it's score tape exactly.
Oops. I'm a slipping.
Well, I'm glad to hear that, Mary.
Pretty good.
And what we are making today is a pocket, what I'm calling a pocket book. It's a book of pockets to hold all the ephemera that you make for your journals or albums, or if you make cards, you may have things that you cut out, die cuts or something for your cards. This is a book of pockets that you can hold all that in.
See, if I hadn't had that glue stick down, I'd have been messed up because
I had that problem too. Mine wouldn't line up correctly. So now I'm going to burnish this with the handles of my scissors.
I had to straighten me up. I was upside down. And that was Dolly that hollered, Joe. I'm sorry. It happens. Yes, Dolly. We know you're there. No, I can't come here.
And that is pulling my tape. So let me go back and burnish it more.
Oh, that looks better.
This red, you really, really have to burnish, or it does not do correctly.
I'm straight now. And it's pretty good.
Now I got it. And it left the tape behind.
Really burnish it, though.
Yeah, the red is more ticky than the white.
I love this. I look fairly straight.
And that's not stuck. As much as I burnished it, it is not stuck.
Okay, now I gotta make sure this is straight. Open this up. Yeah, I'm really probably another one of these tonight because I just love this little book that you come up with.
Well, I'm glad. I just needed a way to store stuff because I'm being overrun with little tiny paperclip beads and stuff.
I've got to make, I need to make some paperclip beads. I haven't made any. I need to do
And the other
that.
day I took a piece of ribbon and wrapped a paperclip in a 1-inch ribbon and then embellished it. And that was very pretty. So now I got to take my book and fold this. And I'm going to hold it, and I'm going to very carefully eyeball again. It's all eyeballing because there's nothing that tells you this is where you glue. Just making sure you have the same distance on each side, top and bottom. And hope your page is the way you wanted it to go. And I think that's upside down. Hopefully I can pull that. I can't pull it back. It's right side up.
I think I'm pretty good.
Wait, I can. Or not. Wait. See that glue that we put down is going to let me pull this back. Oh, except for I'll just glue that back down.
There, but you know what? I'm a little off, but I'm happy. I'm fine.
Glue that back.
Yep.
And I'm still sticky. Now, let me turn my page around right side up, y'all. That's a major thing. And press it real hard to get it sealed down in there. Oh, that's crooked. Ooey. I'm not going to be able to do that
I think I'm fairly straight. I'm pretty good with that.
And that's because I have the glue down that I'm able to pull that back. Once that glue is dry, that tape is going to be stuck forever. That is straight. Good enough. Okay, so this is our our book, these startings. Now, what we're going to do to finish this book, next week we're going to start the embellishments of putting in pockets and stuff. And that one's crooked too. Hang on. I can't center stuff. It's the same one that's crooked. Why am I having such a hard time with this today?
What are you doing, Dolly?
And that I may have to do a spot of paint right there to cover that up where I pulled the paper, because it's not laying straight. And that drives me up a wall.
They're not going to be perfect, Brenda.
Okay. So here's our book, or my book. And Joe, we're going to come to you so you can flip through yours in just a moment.
Okay.
I'm going to flip through mine real fast. I'm trimming off some edges.
Brenda, I appreciate you sharing this with me. This is cool.
Oh, you're welcome. So I have the front cover. Inside is napkin. And then we have the next pages, the very middle. Now, what Joe's talking about doing is putting a signature right here for her to write notes on for what she, did with that journal. And then she can have it as a save if she had any extra ephemera, and if she ever wants to make that album again, she's got notes and everything.
Right. I can keep my measurements, what paper I used.
So this is where we're going to end today, is we got our pages in, we got our cover done. Now next week, because this is an ongoing project, we can sit and chat for a minute, but as far as this goes. So next week, what we're going to do is we are going to build pockets in all of our things. And I'm using this napkin to make my pockets. This is where my color is going to come from, is this napkin and coffee dye, and it's going to be on coffee dyed paper. Oh, Mary, I know how that is. I'm so sorry that you're having that problem. And I'm like you, Mary. I've never been diagnosed, but I think probably for a long time I've had it. There's days when I'm foggy as all the dickens, and I can't think straight, and my words don't come. I love those napkins
with the birds, Brenda. Those are so pretty.
Thank you. I found them at Tuesday morning.
That's going to be perfect in there to give you that bright color.
Right. So this is where my color is going to come from. So even though there's not really any color going on in here currently, this is my pocket decorations and all the things that are going to make this a very pretty, colorful book on the inside.
Yeah. I
think that's what we're going to do next week. And my mother's little ink box, when I make it, is going to be made with one of these napkins as well, because that's what she requested. Her altered ink box. And I'm trying to still figure out a drawer system because I found more of those. Oh, I just saw something that might work. We bought ramen over the weekend because that's a staple around here, ramen noodle. And we buy it in the box. We don't get it by the packages. We buy the box because there's 3 people who love ramen. Excuse me. And I'm looking at that box, and I'm thinking my altered boxes might fit in that box. I might have to find a place to stick ramen besides the ramen box.
Cool.
Oh, gosh, Mary. Well, you just need to take it easy and rest. Do you have the baby today? And I do hope you feel better soon. I know it can get, rough. And I am loving your, what are you calling it? Your art album. I'm not sure that's what it's called, but your sunflower art album thing. I am loving that. So.
Mary makes beautiful journals and stuff.
Oh, I'm glad, Mary. That gives you time to lay down maybe and rest, or just sit and relax and rest, or, whatever that you need to do. Yeah. Oh, y'all know what we were supposed to do today, and we still have time. We have to say goodbye to our Halloween journal, glue book, whatever book thing. Yeah, the fall art album. I realize it's not going to be done by Halloween this year. So I was going to do a flip through of what we've got done. It's going to go in a box. And then next year, we'll take it back out again and we'll finish it. So I'm not going to worry about it. I'm not going to sweat over it. Normally, that would drive me insane. It's an unfinished thing and I need to finish it, but I don't. There's other stuff I want to move on to. And Halloween's really not my thing. I like it, but I realize I only have like, what, a week?
I agree with you, though, Brenda. The holidays have just creeped up on us this year.
I mean, now I only have like a week, and that's not, you know, I don't want to sit here for the because I have to make ephemera for the store. I still have journals I want to do. I'm making ephemera for my journals as well as making ephemera for in the Etsy store. I'm just doing a lot. And so the Halloween journal is going to go farewell for now. So I'm going to go get it. And we're going to do a flip through. And then we're going to say goodbye to it for this year. But we have a good head start for next year's how I'm looking at it. We got a really good head start. I'm sorry, Joe?
I love your googly eyes in it.
Right. The other good thing is this. About a week from now, all kind of Halloween stuff is going to go on sale. And I'm going to buy some of that to go in my Halloween journal for next year. Kind of like I bought Christmas stuff for Christmas after Christmas last year that I haven't gotten to use until recently for this year. So kind of like the same thing. Buy off season. Oh, I shook everything. Sorry, guys. So
my allergies are kicking my butt today, y'all.
We are going to do our final flip through of the Halloween journal. Let's see if I can take all this out. Yeah. Just set it to the side. So since the last time I did tape these, I glued the Happy Halloween Scrabble tiles on here. They already had their googly eyes. Then we have our inside. We have our inside cover. Thank you, Joe. And we had the jokes. Remember the jokes. What do vampires take when they're sick? Coffin drops. Yeah, I found the jokes. So we have the jokes. And then we have these little pumpkins. And I may put googly eyes on them. What do you call witches that live together? They're broommates. We have all of our cute little pages, our owls. I love owls.
Yes, Brenda is an owl person, big time.
What did one owl say to another owl? Happy Halloween. Then we have our page with our little poison grave that says, it's a fine mix of bone dust, gnomes, trolls, and dragon saliva. That doesn't sound good, does it?
No.
And what is a scarecrow's favorite fruit? Strawberries. And then on this page, it's the same thing we have on the cover. I didn't put googly eyes on here because I figured it might add too much thickness. Then our next page, we got some pumpkins and a cute kitty. We got a moon with a raven on its head. And who did Dracula take on a date? These are so sad. His ghoul friend. And then we have a page that's got a little doggy and kitty and their little fangs by pumpkins, a little boy with a puppy or something and a pumpkin. And this poison label says snail saliva, selected mix from garden and sea slugs. Boy, that's nasty. Then we have our ghost page, which we painted. Or no, we did not paint that. That's the printed page, and then we put the little ghosties on it. Oops, we skipped. And on this page, I painted this page to match this page and put the splattered paint on it. We got a witch and a
page came out really cute.
Thank you. And a witch's hat. What do you call a witch that lives on a beach? A sandwich. And on this one, I painted this page to sort of replicate the back of the one with the raven on it. I love that raven.
Yeah.
And we have some ghosties and a skull with candles. What do birds do on Halloween? They go trick or treating. I did find an owl to go on this page, and I may put him in here before I close the book up, but he's not cut out yet. But I have one because I wanted an owl in that tree.
You got a lot done on that book this year, though.
We did. And then we have toad tongues up here with a little toad on it and some little witches in this tree. And when I painted the page, everybody said it like there was a skull back here. So I drew the outline of the skull, and it does look like a skull, especially with the outline around it. That is kind of cool.
Yeah.
And so, and then I painted this page to match the printed background on this other page. And it's got kitties. I love kitties. I don't have one right now because there's not really enough room in my house to have a kitty with the two doggies. They like cats, so that wouldn't be a problem, but there's not enough room. And I like this little poem. It says, when witches go riding and black cats are seen, the moon laughs and whispers, 'tis near Halloween. And then we just have some Halloween stuff. And on the neck over here, we have a candy and a cross grave and a bat and a skull and some candles. What do you get? This is funny. What do you get when you cross a snowman and a vampire? You get frostbite. Then we have zombie brew, which is fermented zombies, toes and fingers. Ooh. I saw this picture of this house, and I decided that these little characters should live in this house. So I painted the background, put the house on here, and then put our little people and gave them googly eyes.
I like the little Frankenstein guy.
I know, isn't he cute? But they needed a house, so I found the house. And that's where they live.
I know. She did a lot on it, Mary. I think it's adorable.
Oh, thank you, Mary. I have a bunch of empty pages in the back and a lot more to glue in. So I'm just going to say goodbye for this year. This one says poison, fine mix of bone dust. No, we already done that one. Trolls and dragon saliva. What does a skeleton say before dinner? Bon appetit. And I love this little dude. He reminds me of Ahmed. But I tried to paint this to match this background over here because this is a printed background and that's my hand-painted background.
Well, you did well.
I think this is my very favorite page of all. Especially now that it's all dry. The actual picture on this page goes from, I'm going to draw it with my fingers. The rest of this is hand-painted. And this is their stamp. So we had the background, we had the foreground with the pumpkins, we had the one house, and I have a stamp, and I stamped on tissue paper and added other houses in the background.
I think it came out wonderful, Brenda.
And I love this page, and I like how the background and everything kind of blends with what's already on the page. And that's the end of our journal for now. And we have all these blank pages for next year. And I have that stack of paper that I took out of the middle with my page layouts. So I'm just going to put it all back together. It's how the pages were laid out to go into the book. So I'm just going to put it all the way together. And then I'll be able to pull it out next year and continue right where we left off.
It's just hard to believe how quick Halloween and Thanksgiving and Christmas have crept up on us all this
I
year.
know, but I love the cover. I like the Happy Halloween. My friend Carol sent me she sent me a whole quart-size Ziploc baggie of Scrabble tiles. And so I pulled out all the things to make Happy Halloween and painted them orange.
I just love the googly eyes. I think they are the cutest.
And the cover is the same on the back. And this is just a 50-cent, what do you call those books?
Notebook.
No, it's oh Lord. Composition book. Yeah. See, words.
I know. So
that's going to get,
are hard.
That's going to get put away. And where you don't see googly eyes, like on the owls, they don't have googly eyes, but they have glossy accents on their eyes. So I glossy accented them.
Every time I use glossy accents, I mess it up because I'm not patient enough to let it dry.
I just did it and let it go.
I'm always.
So I hope y'all can see how shiny their eyes are.
They are so cute.
Mary, we all have that typing problem when it comes to, because they want to correct us and make us talk weird. That autocorrect thing is a joke. I was messaging Nick one day from work when I was working and told him I was going to get Chinese food for dinner, or that I had Chinese food. I had Chinese chicken or sweet and sour chicken. It translated it to sweet and sour children. And I hit enter before I realized it had changed my chicken to children. And then I'm looking at my message that I'm typing in. I did not eat children for lunch. I had chicken.
Brenda, thank you so much for bringing me in and letting me do this with you. I love.
Oh, you are so welcome. Now, are you going to be here next Saturday when we continue?
Me?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Oh, yay.
I told you I'll put it away. I won't work in it all week, but I'm not saying I won't start another one to play in.
Right. And I have some, I have not ever seen it done. So when we get ready to do the pockets, I have a new idea for pockets to show you guys that I think is awesome. And that's going to be on next week when we're ready to embellish our little book and put our pockets in and everything. And this one's going to probably be different than the other one that I made. Just a little bit. Because that way I can store more stuff if I store them in two different. Well, I want to keep mine for each individual journal I'm making. So never mind, scratch that. It may not have as many hangy things in it.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to getting this and seeing how all my stuff will.
That's funny, Joy.
How I can make it work for what I want, for what I need.
Right, and that's why I kind of wanted Joy on here, is because she does albums mostly. I do journals, so we're going to need it for different things. She has waterfalls in her albums. I really don't do waterfalls in my journals, so she would need a place to store her pages that she puts in a waterfall if she makes them ahead of time. That's completely different than I need a place to store, which she probably uses. You use tags and stuff too, don't you, Joe?
Yes.
So she would still need a place to store tags and journal cards, her waterfall things, her belly bands. So the different things that we use and the different things that we make.
Yeah, the envelopes, the journaling cards, and, you know.
And I'm going to be making some more sunflowers out of polymer because I found my little bitty one of these cutters. And I need a place to store stuff like this before it gets on a tag or on a corner pocket or something. So I'm going to be making more of these for my sunflower journal, but smaller.
I love your little clay sunflowers. Those are really cute.
So I'm trying to decide.
It's so easy to make this stuff.
I'm trying to decide if I want to make leaves to go behind it because I also have a leaf cutters. I think that would make it too bulky, so I would probably use paper leaves. Or silk ones off one of my flower bushes. So I'm going to take the ugly plastic. This is Dollar Tree. You get 2 of these for $1 at Dollar Tree, and they're great. Look, they're cutting mats for in your kitchen. Mine are for in my art room, crafty area. And this one needs to be washed. It can be scrubbed. When I scrub it with the scrubby, all this will come off. It'll be fine. And hubby bought me this new placemat, which I sprayed with shiny spray and coated so that I could protect it, because my rooster peeled. The paint came off after a few times washing it. So I sealed this one so that hopefully I can keep it longer. And that's got something on it, but I'll scrub it off. And it says, believe in yourself. So I like that he got me that.
Yeah, I like your mat. It's a pretty mat.
So, and I like the colors in it because I'm a turquoise, pinkish, purplish kind of person. So what are y'all planning on making? Yeah, I sprayed mine. He bought me some glossy, it's triple thick spray, actually. It's triple thick Krylon, and it's called triple thick gloss coat Krylon, and that's what I put on here. I noticed though that this spot didn't get any in this spot, so I'm going to respray if it warms up outside. But that's okay. I can respray it because it should all look like this end over here. This end over here is highly glossy, and I wanted it to all come out like that, but something happened. I think the ceiling fan being on where I sprayed it outside or something on the deck. But I'll put another coat on it and it'll be fine.
Yes, you stay up there.
Nova's trying to get down again.
Yes, he hears your voice, Brenda.
Oh, wow, a new Victorian one. Is it going to be kind of like the other Victorian, or how's it going to be, Mary? That sounds very pretty, too.
Excuse me.
Hi, Nova. And Nova, I talk to Nova every day. I don't really call to talk to Joe. I call to talk to our birds because they're funny.
Exactly. You thought that was funny, too, Nova?
I just want him to start saying when Foxy barks, stop, Fox, or Fox, stop. I'm trying to teach him because I think that would be hilarious. For my dog.
Right now, when he starts yelling in the morning, Dolly hollers, shut up.
That's so funny.
So, we have arguing birds every morning over coffee.
Oh, what is the challenge? I saw her video this morning, and she was talking about the challenge where you have to pick out 4 things. I'm sorry, Joe?
It's a desert island challenge. And you
have to pick 4 things.
But if you choose a colored pencil, you only get 1 colored pencil, and that's one of your things.
But aren't there some give-me's, like she said she gave you a needle and thread?
Yeah, you get the needle and thread. You get, of course, your paper.
Oh, it's 8 items?
Your scissors. And you get... What else is it? I know if you use ink, she allows you the dabber as a given.
Okay. You know? Well, yeah.
So, but yeah, it looked pretty interesting.
I would pick some weird stuff that I would not be able to use.
Well, see, the thing is, you have to be very careful and choosy about what you use, because if you want to do rubber stamping, you only get 1 stamp.
So you need to know what you're making. Like if you're going to make a bird journal, a feather stamp would be great.
Right. But that's one of your 4 things.
Okay. But what about ephemera? Or you don't get ephemera?
You only get 1. If you pick, whatever you pick, you get to use 1 of, not a set of.
So how do you make your envelopes and stuff? See, you're going to be limited.
You're very limited.
I don't know that I could do this challenge.
Yeah, you're given 4, and then you get to pick 4.
Right. So, Mary, are you going to be videotaping as you do the challenge and go through? Right. It is a deserted island challenge. I'm going to have to watch if there's a video for the exact challenge and see, because that does sound interesting, doesn't it, Joe?
It does, but you have to choose very carefully.
You know what would be fun? Is if Mary, tell me if you're game. We could all do a hangouts and all of us make our deserted island challenge together, because it's all going to be different. Each of us, I wonder if we can borrow from me. No, I'm kidding. We can't. We're all on the deserted island together. Can we borrow from each other?
Yeah, that's what we need to go ask Tracy.
Or Nick the Booksmith. But that would,
Yeah.
I'm thinking that would be fun to all of us do it on a hangouts and all of us make our little challenge books or whatever we're making together. Mary, would you be
neighbors on the desert, borrow from one another?
So Mary, I know you have the baby, so we would want to work it around your baby schedule somehow.
That would be a lot of fun.
I think it would. I need to go watch the video on what we need to do for this challenge. And
yeah, I'm game.
I am. I think it would be fun. And I'm already limited on supplies anyway and do okay. So I think it'd be fun. Does anybody else want to participate with us? It doesn't just have to be us. Hangouts will hold up to like 8 people. Well, Mary, do you have the baby on the weekends?
Yeah, we could do it like maybe next Sunday.
That's what I was thinking. If she doesn't have the baby on the weekends, we could plan it for like a Sunday afternoon or something. And then we wouldn't have to worry about, she wouldn't have the baby is the main thing.
Yeah,
Or try to figure out around a baby's nap schedule, because baby nap schedules can be kind of weird. Okay, good. We'll all get together. Maybe we can plan it for like next Sunday to start it. We don't have to finish it. I'm all for having ongoing projects, as we all see.
Obviously.
Well, it gives us something to do together. So
I know.
Anybody, and I will help you with the hangouts, Mary. That's not a problem.
Yeah, she taught me.
I just needed to have a camera because I couldn't do it from the phone. And then my good Samaritan, who, if you're on here, thank you, thank you, thank you. Greatly appreciated. I got a box, no return information, just a box. And I opened it and there was my camera. So I don't know who sent it. I have no idea who sent it. So if you are here and you sent the camera, I'm using it and I greatly appreciate it. And I want to say thank you. So I just needed a camera to get everything figured out. And so now I've got it all figured out pretty much and everything. So I think it's going to work. But anybody else that wants to do the challenge, just leave a message below. Oh, that's cool, Mary.
You got yours that way too, Mary? That's neat. Maybe you both have the same Good Samaritan.
That would be awesome. Okay, Joy. So, maybe when we get off of here, Mary, we can like do a Facebook chat if that's okay with you and figure that all out.
Oh, wow.
Wow. See, and it's hard to thank somebody when they do that, because I want to say thank you, but I don't know who to say thank you to.
I think you've said thank you to everybody, Brenda.
Probably. I thanked whoever it was several times. So it's obviously somebody that watches my videos. So I'm sure. Hi, Katrina again. So somebody who watches my videos and somebody who's in one of the groups I'm in, but that could be several of hundreds of people. So.
Well, it's always nice to get surprises.
It is. And that was a nice surprise. So, but we'll figure out the whole challenge thing. and we'll start it on Sunday. And when I'll post it in a group, I'll post it on my Foxy's page, and Mary can post it in her group, and that way, and Joe can post it wherever. We're posted in enough places. We have a big old group watching us all try to make stuff on a deserted island. Oh, I have ideas, you guys. I'm so bad.
That ought to be a lot of fun to figure out.
I think it would be. I wonder if, like, there's a boat we can snatch stuff off of. Like, did we crash on this island and our boat's wrecked and we have supplies, like, in the boat?
No, you're stranded. You had a fanny pack with 4 things in it, and you find 4 things, or you were able to get 4 more things. 8 things is it.
Right. So, Clara, if you want to participate with this, hi, Tanya. If you want to participate, Clara, leave a message below. We'll get with you, and I'll message you and stuff, and we'll figure it out. I think it'd be great to have a whole group of us stranded on a deserted island making these things. I think it would be fun.
Hi, Tanya.
And my throat's starting to crack. I don't know why, but so pardon my voice. It does get better.
Your frog's back.
I know. The frog is back. It's this time of year when the weather changes. My throat does this on and off until the weather finally decides it's going to stay one way. Okay, cool, Clara. And how are you doing today, Tanya?
So we're not working on this now till next Saturday?
Right, next Saturday we're going to work on making all the inserts and pockets and stuff that go in it to store our ephemera in.
So I really get to play next Saturday?
Yes.
Okay.
And then we're going to work on the Sunday going and doing, since I can print stuff on Monday, can we just print it? Can we do printed paper or what? Or I have to watch the video.
One.
Oh, Claire, you are so welcome.
You don't get like a whole paper pad.
Well, I don't have that anyway. But if you choose coffee dyed paper, that's what you have. It's coffee dyed paper.
Right.
Ew.
Oh. Yeah, see, it's choose carefully.
Joe, we're going to have to watch this video on this challenge to see how this works.
I watched it last night, I think, but I was half asleep.
Well, I watched her video where she was making the scrappy things. Scraggly things. Excuse me.
We need to invite her in next week and for a good laugh at us.
Yeah, I was going to leave a comment. We could all leave comments on her video that we're going to do this, so we're going to do it live that Sunday. Now, she's in, no, where is Nick, the booksmith? Is she in the States?
I don't think so.
So the time change may get her.
It might. She might be in the States. I can't remember.
I think it would be so much fun.
That way she could make sure nobody, she is in the States. Okay.
Only one print? But if
Yes.
you make that, wait, if you make that print a napkin like this, look at all the stuff you can hijack off of this napkin.
Right, but you get one napkin. So
Right, but I mean, that right there, you'd have this bird, you could have the bird cage. These are all bird.
That's why you have to choose careful.
So you could take a napkin like this and it would become a bunch of stuff.
Yep. I think it'll be fun to try it.
I think so. And Mary, I'll get with you, and me and Jill will get with you, and we'll figure out when we're going to do it, because I want it to be convenient for you. I'm home all day Sunday with nothing to do. Joe's pretty much home on Sunday with nothing to do.
Now, Nova would beg to differ with you.
Well, Nova don't. Well, Nova does count, but not.
He just looked real funny at you. Well, at the computer screen, like, what do you mean?
Right. So, well, I think we're going to get off of here. Mary will get with you and figure it out. Okay, cool, Mary. And then, you know, we don't have to do. I'm not a. And this is why I usually was missing Mary's lives. I'm not an early morning person. Mary, when I was catching your lives in the mornings, I hadn't usually been to bed yet, just to be honest. So it was really easy for me when you were going live early to get on there and watch you because I wasn't asleep yet. And I sleep late. So that's why I go live when I go live, because my schedule is weird compared to normal people. I have an abnormal sleep schedule, and I get that.
No, there's nothing normal about Brenda.
So we will plan to do, now I will be back live on Tuesday at my normal time at 2 o'clock Eastern, and we are going to be hopefully starting the altered book. Right, I have noticed it's been mostly videos, which I do watch those. I don't comment always, but I do watch. I try to remember to comment. So y'all don't think I don't watch your videos. I just don't always comment. I'm a lurker. I'll be the first to tell you it's a habit, because that's how I started out, was lurking and not commenting. And it's a habit that's hard. I just have to, make myself think, no, comment. Don't just leave and go somewhere else. Leave a comment before you go. So I'm trying to get better at that. Oh my goodness, Tanya. Oh, I always give it a thumbs up, Mary. I do that before. Like as soon as I hit the video, before I hit play, I thumbs up. Always.
Oh, yeah.
It's just, I'll get through watching it, and I sometimes will go in and minimize that screen because I watch on my phone and move on to the next video without leaving a comment. But I always do the thumbs up before I ever hit play. That is a good habit that I'm in. The leaving before commenting is horrible. I'm trying to get better. I'm working on it.
We're all works in progress.
Hopefully we can start the altered book. And I think the sunflower journal, I'm trying to remember what all I had planned, because, yeah, I have several things planned to do. But I know the altered book is one because it's already started. Oh, I know. We were going to work on my little 6x6 paper pad book. So we'll do one on Tuesday and one on Thursday, and the sunflower journal's still going to have to wait. Mary, I'm not either. I'm working on it. I'm going to have to, I think what I'm going to end up having to do is either make myself a day planner or buy one. As bad as it sounds for craft.
Make one.
And start keeping up with what I'm going to be doing on my lives, because I say things, and if I don't go back and watch my video, it's bad.
Brenda, May Made It has a free printable download for like a day thing, for month.
Okay. Right. Because I've I have to organize my time better, because I know now that I'm making stuff for my store, I need to set aside time to make stuff for the Etsy store. I have to have time to coffee dye paper, because I thought I had a bunch, but I don't. I have to have time set aside for putting together packages to mail, and then keep up with what I'm supposed to be doing on my lives.
I've still got coffee dye.
I put mine in Ziploc baggies. I store all of my projects in a Ziploc baggie. And I write on the label on the Ziploc in marker what that is. most of the time I can tell by looking at the paper, but I might wake up one morning and not know. So I write it on there as a reminder to myself what it is. So, and see, I know I have several things I want to do on here. Like I want to do more polymer clay. And I need a way to keep up with everything. And something to keep me organized because, yeah. Oh, they have jumbo ones? Well, a gallon size really holds everything I need. And then I use little snack bags, which that's what I was using. I was using little snack bags to store all my ephemera in and keep it all separated out. However, my snack bag system is not really working for me. When you have 20 different pieces that you're dealing with in a journal for ephemera, like I might have altered paper clips, paper clip beads, small tags, medium tags, large tags, medium journal cards, large journal cards, medium envelopes, large envelopes, little other things that you add to pages like butterflies and hearts and things that you stamp that you want to add and that kind of thing. And you got it all in separate Ziplocs. It can be a mess trying to find it all, which is why the little pocket book is going to be great. Oh, wow. I will have to check those out, Mary. See if my Dollar Tree has them. Because you said they were at Dollar Tree. I have to check it out. I also saw where someone hauled Tiffany. Oh, what's it called? Joe, do you know? It's Tiffany something. And she makes like plastic, for lack of a better word, plastic or vinyl envelopes that have like, it's a 12 by 12. So there's like a back envelope that will hold your 12 by 12 paper. And then there's two envelopes in the middle that are bigger for bigger things. And then there's like the front pocket has 4 smaller envelopes that each have a little flap that opens. So you have your big pocket, 2 smaller, 2 other pockets that are like 6 inches by 12 inches. And then you have your little 4 in the front. I saw those and they're kind of cool.
Oh, neat.
And you would have one of those, you know, you could have one of those for each project. And your little books would fit in the little 6-inch side pockets. You know, the little 6-inch side, the little 6-inch pockets that are, if you made, well, yeah, even if you made the 5-inch wide one, it would fit in there.
Cool.
So that would be cool.
We're always looking for ways to store stuff. Always.
Right.
Storage is a big thing.
Other than this is the worst storage idea I think I've ever. This is not the best storage idea, guys. Because I have to dig through here to find stuff.
Oh, I know. I've got the plastic shoe boxes with the lids and
so yeah, that's not a good idea.
The fabric cubes and
that's why I'm trying to be more organized because that's not the best way to go.
No, if I could get organized, I would be so
okay.
happy.
Cool, Mary. I'll check on that. I'm working on it because I've realized that since I've been doing paper crafting, this stuff is spread from my living room into my kitchen, which my table's in my kitchen because that's the only place I have to put it where I have good lighting. And this is one great big room. There's no division. There's no wall or anything. It's living room and kitchen together, one great big room. And I've got stuff in the living room. I got stuff in here. There's stuff in the hallway, which is not really a hallway. It's like a space between 2 bedrooms and the bathroom door. But there's not really a hallway because there's no wall. And it's a very small house. So I do what I can, but I'm trying to find more ways, better ways to store what I have. Besides those little food containers that the lids won't fit on now because they're full. But anyways, well, we're going to get off of here. We've been on here for a while. Mary will get with you. Me and Joe will, if you're going to be available when I get off of here, we can do it then if you would like. And Joe, we have to go watch a video.
Yeah, I'll put it up.
Yeah, because I don't know what I'm doing. I just know that she was talking about it on her video, and I thought it was kind of cool. So
like I said, was half asleep trying to watch it.
I fell asleep watching it. So
grasping what was going on.
I don't have any wall space, Joy. This house was built for a weekend cabin on the lake. That's how the people built it.
Well, of course, Tanya, you can chat with us after this. Absolutely.
So there's no wall space, really. In the living room, I have 3 walls. One of them has a TV on it and shelves that now have crafty stuff on them. One of them has a love seat, 36-inch table, which houses my sewing machine and crocodile. And the other corner is crafting stuff. The other wall is our recliners and an end table. That's the wall space. The bedroom is basically a queen-size bed, 2 night tables. There is no room. I don't have any. There's walls. I can't, because if I put anything between the bed and the wall, I can't walk. Because the night table, which is a 24-inch by, just a normal night table, that's all the room I have on my side, on the sides of the bed. The rooms were not made to put a queen-size bed in. The other bedroom is currently an office/storage area, and it's the only room with a closet. And we have the bathroom. So in the hallway, I have one little wall that is probably about 4 feet long, and it has all my knickknacks on it. I've told my husband I thought about boxing my knickknacks up, and he looked at me and told me I was crazy and was not boxing my knickknacks.
Sorry.
So, and in the kitchen, there's no walls because it's countertop all the way around my kitchen. From one end all the way around is countertop, stove, and sink. And I'm in front of the longest counter at my table. So I have no wall space. And then behind me is my refrigerator and my freezer on the only wall in the kitchen that's not got a counter on it. Space here to put anything. It's just, it was built open. Unfortunately. But I get that they built it to be, their weekend cabin, that they came to the lake to stay for the weekend, and it was not built as like a live-in house. I understand that, and we are living in it. It's not just our camping house. So I get that. I get that that's why it's as small as it is. Mary, you were a mod. I don't know what happened. I don't know how to get to. I don't know how to get to YouTube from here. I can do it after, Mary. But you were a mod. I don't know what happened. Oh, the link for the Nick the Book Smith thing.
I got it.
Yeah, I can. I'm subscribed, but I can do the mod thing. I just don't know what happened because you were a mod. And you may be able to leave a link. I think I have links open for everybody, to be honest, on my channel. I don't think I made it just moderators and myself because I wanted everybody to be able to do it. Probably not a good idea, but I don't have trolls in here, so I'm right now anyway, so.
Jot folders. Okay.
Jot folders. Okay. Oh, you were going to send the link for that. Can you send it to me through Facebook Messenger, Mary? Oh, it won't let you on here? Okay. I can mod you when we're done. I just don't know how to, because last time I tried to minimize my Hangouts window, it shut me off.
Yeah, you had a big problem.
Yeah, so I don't. Oh, wait a minute. Am I still on?
Yeah.
Oh, if it'll stay on that screen. Oh. How do you get it to click? Oh, there we go. Stay. Mary, hang on just a minute. I'm trying to see how I do this. Community, maybe.
Hi.
Yes, that's how you do it. I got to find you. You know what? Where's my, let me get on my stream on here. No. Okay, Mary, I got it that way, but I still want to make you a mod. Phooey. And if I could get to where my chat is on YouTube, I could do it, but I can't. I'm trying to figure this out. Oh, this is funny. I wonder what happens if I click that. Nope, that's not what I want.
Be careful playing with buttons.
I know.
Yeah, in chat, she should have 3 dots out by her name.
Right, but I got to get to the chat on here. Wait a minute. And I'm just trying to figure out how to do it. Because I didn't see it in Video Manager. This video's not there.
This is funny. We have the hardest time learning technology. But
Okay,
now my grandchildren can walk right in and do stuff.
Now.
But they're raised with technology. We weren't.
My husband's trying to help me. He's on here. Hello, Nick. I guess that means you're lurking.
Then Nick's been lurking for quite a while.
Okay, so I found my video, so I'm going to click on it. I'm trying to get there, Mary. That's what I was having a problem doing. I just had the Hangouts up. I'm watching the video on my phone, though. Video, so I'm going to click on it. We're going to have an echo. I'm trying to get there, Mary. That's what I was having a problem doing. I just had the Hangouts up. I'm watching the video on my phone, though. And I paused it, so it's gone. Okay, and Mary, you should be able to, if you type something, you should be blue again. If I did that correctly. There's Nick.
Hi, Nick.
Hello, darling. Lurker, you lurker. I found it, though.
Nick's the hubby to all of us.
Yay, Mary's fixing blue and Smurf. Mary, I don't know what happened. But you're smurfed again. Yay. So, Mary, if you want to put that link in for it, there she goes. Y'all, that's where Mary was talking about those big things to store your stuff in and organize. Mary, I think he tried to say hi, Joe, but he mistyped it. Thanks, Mary.
I got it, though.
Thank you, Mary. So we're going to get off of here, guys, and I'll be back on Tuesday with the... See, I done lost my...
Tanya, I promise we won't play that joke on you today.
But I'll be back Tuesday with either... See that fast? Oh, hang on. Before I quit, it's going to take a minute to get the 6x6 one out. For those of you that were not here the other day, we're going to work on one on Tuesday and one on Thursday. This is a 6x6 journal. I was gifted a 6x6 paper pad by the other Brenda Price. And I could not, which way does it go? It fell the other day. There we go. Oh, that means all my pages are upside down. Flip them another way. Because I have it organized by how I already want them laid out in my book. So I wanted to make a journal out of this 6x6 paper pad. And I looked and I looked and I couldn't find how to make one. I didn't see anybody making journals with their 6x6 paper pads, just their 12x12s. And I'm like, there's got to be a way. So I started looking for notebooks that were 6x6. There's not one. But then I saw a steno book on my table. And I picked it up and I laid my paper pad on it. And lo and behold, a steno book is 6 inches wide. It's longer. They're 9 inches. But I'm crafty. I cut all that off, and now it's a 6x6 book that flips open. And I glued, I think, 3 pages together to make them thick enough and sturdy. And then I have just been, that's as far as I got, working on this little 6x6 journal. And I got it laid out so we can work on this. So if you have 6x6 paper pads and don't know what to do with them, a steno pad. And I kept my little 3-inch cutoffs because I can use them on the back of journaling cards or whatever. So we're going to be working on this because everybody said they wanted to see me work on this some more. And then I'm also doing an altered book that I haven't started yet. And so we're going to work on the altered book. We're also going to work on that. So that's going to be Tuesday and Thursday. I don't know which we're doing which day yet, but that's what we're doing. Tuesday and Thursday. Saturday, we will be back to embellish our little booklets we made today. And Sunday, Mary, Joe, and I are going to be on a deserted island trying to figure out how to craft with our 8 things.
Now, not tomorrow Sunday, but next Sunday, right?
Right, next Sunday. We're skipping tomorrow because I'm not prepared. Joe's not prepared. And then we're going to be on that deserted island a week from tomorrow, making whatever we can make out of the things we have. I wonder, can we pick toilet paper tubes as a thing? Oh, because remember, Joe, we saw in that video where they were making albums out of those.
We need to let Nick in. He's outside.
He'll be in a minute.
No, he's waiting because of Foxy.
I know, and that's why she was barking. She heard the car drive up. So we're going to go on and get off. And I will see everybody back here on Tuesday and hopefully see you all in live streams later. Mary, message me, and you and Joe will get together and figure out what we're doing on Sunday. And everybody have a great rest of your weekend. And thank you all so much for coming. I really do appreciate it.
Bye, everybody.
Bye. Thanks, Joe.
You're welcome. Thank you.